Good morning, everyone. Let us start this session. So today in this lecture, we will see how to draw the sectional orthographic projection. So it is a part of orthographic multi-view projection. So during the last two lectures, we have seen how to draw the orthographic multi-view projection. So basically the orthographic projection, so it gives a two-dimensional representation of a 3D object, and it is a detailed drawing. Okay. So when you prepare the orthographic drawing for any machine object which is to be manufactured, then sometimes the simple orthographic projection may not reveal all the details of the object. Okay, because for a object, if there are some hidden features, then in the front view, side view, or in the top view, these hidden features will appear as a dotted lines. Okay, so in order to reveal this feature directly to the reader, we can take this section about the symmetry, and then we can draw the front view, side view, and the top view. Okay, so when you take this section of any object, so basically you divide that object into two parts. Okay, so out of these two parts, one part is completely removed and the remaining part is written, and then we try to observe that remaining part from the front view, side view, and from the top view, and then we can draw the orthographic projection. So the orthographic projection, which includes the sectional view, this is called as a sectional orthographic projection. Okay, so you know the concept, what is meaning of a section. We already seen the section in the solid. Okay, so basically you cut the object by one imaginary plane. So that plane, it can be a horizontal, it can be a vertical, or it can be inclined plane, and then you remove one part and you retain the other part. Okay, so let us see how we take the section. So position of the section plane. So here one machine object or machine component is given. Okay, so this is a three-dimensional representation. And for this object, we need to draw the sectional orthographic projection. Okay, so section orthographic projection, it is similar to the orthographic projection. It is a multi-view projection. So one of the view we will draw as a sectional view. Okay, so here, so this is the direction for the observer. So from this direction, let us take this direction as a front view. Okay, we need to draw the sectional front view. Then we will draw the side view, that is a simple side view, and simple top view. Okay, so when we draw the sectional view, it may be a sectional front view, sectional side view, or sectional top view. Then we need to assume one section plane, that is an imaginary plane. Okay, which will cut the object into two pieces. Okay, so once we cut the object by this imaginary plane, then we will remove one portion, that is a portion which is nearer to the observer, and then we will retain the another portion, and then we will draw the sectional view. Okay, so let us see how to remove the portion or how to cut the given object. So generally the section plane is assumed to be passing through the axis of symmetry. So if you observe in the top view, so this is the top view of the given object. So in the top view, object is symmetric about this axis. Okay, so this is the position of the section plane. This is the front view of the object, and this is the section plane. So we will divide this object, or we will cut this object by this section plane. So this is how object will look like once we cut the object by this section plane. So this portion, so which is represented by this arrow, it will be removed by this section, and the portion which is away from the observer, it is to be written. Okay. Okay, so you can observe here, once we remove the portion by this section plane, then this is the remaining portion. And for this remaining portion, we will draw the front view. That will be called as a sectional front view. Okay. So this is the sectional front view. So in the sectional front view, the part of that object which is in contact with this section plane, so that part or that portion is represented by the hatching lines. Okay. So you have already seen how to draw that hatching lines. So in the section of solid, we represent the section by the hatching line. So similarly, in the sectional orthographic, the part of this 3D object which is actually in contact with this section plane, it is to be represented by the section lines. Okay. So here you can observe this portion, it is in contact with the section plane. Okay. So this portion also, it is in contact with the section plane. Okay. So if you observe in the top view, then you can understand. So this is the section plane. So all the geometry which is in contact with this section plane, it is to be represented by the hatching lines. Okay. So in the sectional front view, this portion will be section. This is also a sectional. Okay. This portion will be section. Now this portion or this feature of that object, so it is not in contact with the section plane. Okay. So for this portion, we will just draw the visible outline. That means we have to draw this line, then this curve portion. Okay. And then this inclined line. Okay. We will not show this portion by the section line because it is not in contact with the sectional plane. Okay. So similarly, for this portion, it is also not in contact with the section plane. So we have to just draw the visible outline. So what is the visible outline here? So this tangent line with this circle, this tangent line with this circle. Okay. So this is the visible outline for this feature. Only section will be this cylindrical part and this portion and this portion. Okay. So this is the sectional front view, and remaining two views, they will be just orthographic projection. So if you want to draw the side view, then we need to imagine the complete object, and then we can draw the right hand side view or left hand side view. Okay. So if you want to draw the side view, then we will consider the complete object. Okay. And then we can draw the right hand side view. So right hand side view, it will be a complete object. Even the top view, it will be a complete top view. Okay. Only the front view is a sectional front view. Okay. So I hope you have understood what is meaning of a sectional orthographic. So let us see how to draw this on the drawing paper. Okay. So here, the question is, this is a given 3D object. For this, we have to draw the sectional front view, then side view, that is a simple side view, and the top view. So this is the position of the observer. You can see here, this is the X direction. So X direction means it is the front view. So from the X direction, we will draw the sectional front view. So how you can decide we have to draw the sectional front view only? Because we have to observe the position of the section plane. So you can observe here, there is one line which will passing through exact symmetric or the center line. Okay. So this is the line AA. So what is meaning of that AA line? So it is the section plane or position of the section plane. Okay. That means we will cut the given object from this line. Okay. Then we will imagine the portion of that object which is nearer to the observer. That means nearer to the X, it will be removed and the remaining portion is written. Okay. And for that portion, we will draw the sectional front view. Then side view, it is visible from the right side. So we will draw the right hand side view, and then we will draw the top view. Okay. So to start the drawing, draw the XY line and X1, Y1 line. So after this, draw the offset line. So you can select this offset command. First enter the distance. So I will take the 5 mm distance. Select this line, click on the right side. Again, select this line, click on the left side. Select the horizontal line. Okay. So in this way, you can draw the offset lines. Now here, we should draw the sectional front view in the first quadrant. Okay. And then we can draw the right hand side view in the second quadrant, that is on the right side of the front view, and your top view, it will be in the fourth quadrant. Okay. So when you draw any view, either front view, top view, or side view, first find out the maximum dimension, that is the maximum height and maximum width for the reference rectangle. Okay. So here, if you observe from the front direction, that is the X direction, then the maximum width, so that will be equal to this 50 plus this 115 and this 42. Okay. So that is equal to 207. This is in mm. And the maximum height in the front view, so that is equal to, we should start from this point and we should measure up to this point. Okay. So you can observe here, from this center point of this circular hole, the dimension is 42 mm up to this line. Then from this line, you can observe here 45 mm dimension up to this center of circular hole. Okay. So from this center to this center, total dimension is 45 plus 42. Okay. That is 87. Okay. And then we should add this radius of outer circle. So that radius is, its diameter is 48. So we should add 24. So 87 plus 24. That is a 111. And again, we should add the radius of this circle. Okay. So that radius is 28. So 111 plus 28. That is a 139. So this is the height of the rectangle in the front view. Okay. So you can draw the reference rectangle. So here you can select the line color, then select the line and make sure that this ortho mode is on. Okay, so that you can draw exactly horizontal line and vertical line. You can start from this point, that is a reference point. Do not start the drawing from this point. Okay. So take the height as a 139. Then this width, this is 207. And close this rectangle. Okay. So this is the dimension of the reference rectangle in the front view. Okay, so now to start the drawing. So you can draw this circle, two concentric circles. Okay. So its position from this corner point, it is at 50 mm, and from this point, or from this line, that is a rectangle reference line, its distance is 24. Okay. So select the bilayer option and select the line. Take the distance 50 mm. And take the distance 24. I am taking here radius. Okay. So this point, it will give the position of this center point. Okay. And now you can select this circle. So this is the outer circle. And second circle, which is visible in the front view. So its diameter. So you can okay, so this diameter, it is 534. So that means it is 17. Okay. And there is another circle. So its diameter is 520. So again, select circle. Radius is 10 mm. Okay. So after this, we need to show the hatching region for this circle. Okay. So this portion will be removed because of that section plane. Okay. So actually we need to show the hatching portion for both these circles. Okay. So both these circles, they are actually cut by the section plane. So after this, you can draw this line, complete line. Okay. So for complete line, dimension is 207. So we should find out the position of this line with respect to this center. So that is equal to 45 mm below. So you can select the line. From this point, take the distance 45 mm. Okay. And then you can join this line. Okay, so you can remove this. Okay, so this line, it is representing this line. So we have to draw this vertical line. So this vertical line, it is having the dimension. So it is a 12 mm. So take the dimension 12 mm. So select line. Now you can draw this circle. So circle is at 42 mm. And from this point, it is 42 mm. So you can start from this point. Just draw one reference line. Again, take 42 mm in the downward side. Okay. And then draw the circle. Sorry. From this point, it is 42. And now you can draw the circle of R28. Okay, so this is the circle of R28. And this inner circle, it is having the 534. So radius is 17. Okay. And then we should draw this line as a tangent line. So that line will start from this corner point and it should be tangent to this circle of R28. So select the line, then turn this ortho mode off and select the first point here, click here. Then just move the cursor on this circle. Okay, so you can see there is a tangent option. So click here. So this line will be tangent to this circle. Similarly, from this point, draw another line and make this line tangent with this circle. So just move the cursor on this line. So you can see here, there is a tangent option. So click here. Okay. And then you can remove the reference lines. So this is the front view for this portion. So after this, we need to draw these two tangent lines. So basically these are ribs for this cylindrical part. Okay. So we should find out the position of this point. So okay, so here the total distance is 66. Okay. And it is symmetric about this center line. So we should take 33 from this center line. So you can draw one center line here. Okay. And then take 33 mm. And then you can draw this line.